for our Hmong American community, um, you know, there's no reason for anyone to fear that as advocates and survivors and victims and our youth and our government, right, as they collectively and individually go about attempting to address this problem by nipping it in the bud, that 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 should be, you know, a reason to be alarmed, right, for members of our community who may perceive that effort as an attempt to tear down cultural practices and cultural beliefs. That's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is ensure that our families are healthier, right, by addressing violence that may be happening in the homes of some of our families. And so, you know, I think at the end of the day, it's important for everyone to remind members of the community that in order for us to effectively address violence, domestic violence, abusive international marriages, intimate partner violence, we also need the full support and the cooperation of the men, you know, whether they are in their 60s or they're 15 or 20 or 25 years old. We need them on board, because this isn't about women versus men or men versus women, or the young versus the old, or, you know, the Americans of Hmong descent versus the Hmong Americans, right? That's not, all of those descriptors are not what we're talking about. We're talking about making sure that children grow up in healthy homes, that, you know, adults have, you know, access to the resources they need, whether that's emotional support or, you know, other forms of support, you know, that they have access to the resources they need in order to raise children who are going to be able to go out into the world, acquire the skills and the knowledge they need, and move from surviving to thriving, right? That's every parent's dream for his or her child, and that's every, you know, American's dream for, you know, future generations of Americans, right? And so this issue of gender-based violence really is not about pitting men against women or vice versa. It is really ultimately about promoting healthy families from within.